Hello viewers, you are welcome again to my channel. I am today Tantoh, but many people know me as Farmer Tantoh. I am a grassroots environmental activist, I'm a farmer, I'm a social entrepreneur, I'm a humanitarian, and I am a volunteer. Please, if you are new to my channel, do me a favor to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, I'm on a journey to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. So today, I want to share with you how I started traveling around the world, what inspired me to start traveling around the world. Actually, when I was in high school in 1996, I was in Form 4. My geography teacher was teaching us about agriculture and water resources in California. Driven by instincts, I told my teacher that someday I will get to California. All my classmates laughed at me. They thought I was just crazy. Even my teacher mocked at me. And he said, how are you going to get there? I said, don't worry, someday I'll get to California and I'll testify this. So when I went back home, I told my father, who was very sick by then, I said, Papa, I want to study agriculture and environmental protection. And this would take me to America someday. And the first place I wanted to visit in the world was California, USA. And I took a pencil and I wrote on the wall of my room, California, USA 1996. My father asked me, how are you going to get to California? And I told him, if you support me to buy agricultural tools, to buy some seeds, buy some animals, I will start to practice agriculture while at that early age, and I'll keep records of everything that I am doing. And someday, somebody will see these records and then the person will take me to California to go and see how they practice their agriculture and water resources. My father gave me all the support that he could give me. He bought me all the tools, bought me all the seeds, bought me animals, goats, pigs, rabbits, and I started keeping records of everything I was doing. He told me, if you believe in yourself, someday you will go to California. Unfortunately, a few months later, my father passed away. It was really a sad moment for me. But I didn't really miss him because he blessed me already. I started keeping records of everything I was doing. I was walking alone in my gardens. People gave me all kinds of names, and that's how they started calling me Farmer Tantoh, because farming is considered a mean job for poor people. But I was proud to become a farmer, to understand the relationship between human beings and the earth and water. So I kept on practicing, keeping my records together. I kept on talking about agriculture. And this made me to double 3 classes in high school. And by the time I succeeded to finish high school, all my friends were having their first degree. So I stayed at home for a year and I wanted to go to an agricultural college. And all along, my dream was that someday I will get to California. So every day I will look at the writing on the wall, California, USA, and I will meditate on it more than 100 times. I said, Lord, someday I will get to California. I remember when I went to agricultural college in 2002, thanks to a scholarship I received from an international organization in Scotland called Far and Wide. I went to agricultural college to study. I was infected with typhoid. I almost died. And I started asking myself, why should people die because of dirty water? And that made me to start a research on agroforestry and water catchment conservation. After my agricultural college, I graduated with an HND, Higher National Diploma in Tropical Agriculture, specialized in agroforestry and spring water catchment protection. I went back to my village and continued working. Interestingly, every month I used to leave my village and travel for 10 hours to the city just to work on the internet because we had no internet in the rural community. One day I received an interesting email from India, from Mountain Forum in Kathmandu, Nepal. And the email was like, Farmer Tantoh, grassroots activists like you could apply for this program. It's an amazing program that brings young people all over the world to study water resources, watersheds of the world. And I applied for the program. Interestingly, they have never had any participant from Africa. And I was selected as the first participant ever from Africa to participate in this program. The program started in America. Guess where? California. And I went there 11 years later. When I arrived in California, I sat on the airport, I started crying, and I was thinking about my father. 11 years later, I went to California. So as I was reading the Bible, at some point, I saw in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 to 3, which says, "The Lord gave me this answer. Write down clearly on clear tablets what I revealed to you, so that it can be read at a glance. Put it in writing, because it is not yet time for it to come true. But the time is coming quickly, and what I show you will come true. It may seem slow in coming, but wait for it. It will certainly take place, and it will not be delayed." I want to encourage every young person. Everyone in this world was born with an ability to do something. There are no boring jobs in this world. It's just that at times a lot of young people get bored because they want quick results. And I want to challenge each and every young person out there who has a dream. If you are inspired with a dream, please, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 to 3 says it. Write it on the wall. Wait patiently for it. I wrote it on the wall. I waited for 11 years. But I did not just wait by folding my arms. I was walking towards the dreams. And 11 years later, I went to California. So while in California, we're studying water resource management. We're studying watersheds, monitoring the streams and the springs of South Lake Tahoe, a beautiful lake in America. This is the most beautiful lake that I've ever seen in my life. And we're monitoring the watersheds from South Lake Tahoe right to Reno, Nevada, right to Pyramid Lake. And we're trying to study the effects of human activities on watersheds. And also we're studying how you could treat sewage water and divert into agricultural farms for irrigation. We're in California just for a month, and our next trip was to go to Siberia to study Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal is the largest, deepest, and longest freshwater lakes in the world. Just the length is 636 kilometers long. The width is 81 kilometers. It has 336 rivers and streams that flow into the lake, but it has just one drainage, and the depth of the lake is 1.6 kilometers. So in Siberia, Russia, we're studying the effects of ecotourism on the western shores of Lake Baikal. And 3 weeks later, our next trip was to travel by land to northern Mongolia, which is north of China, and Buryatia, to study Buddhism and springs. All this was in relation to what I specialized when I was in agricultural college in Bambali. After my 3 months training around the world, I got my certificates and I decided to come back home to my roots so that I could share the experience of what I've studied around the world, and I could put into practice to start teaching our communities on how to protect our watersheds. A lot of people laughed at me when I came back. I even fell sick because of change of climate, and my mom took me to the hospital, spent some money. I came back home with $10 in my pocket, and people laughed at me. Why did you come back after all the opportunities in America? And one lesson that I learned from there is that never you betray somebody who has given you a push in your life. I came back because I went around the world to gather knowledge and to bring back to help my community. So now I am on a journey, and I'm uprising YouTuber in Cameroon to share my experiences around the world, to inspire young people to believe that you can be the change that you want to see in your community. John F. Kennedy said, "My fellow citizens, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." So working at the grassroots all these years has given me a lot of inspiration to work for my community. And we've been able to build more than 60 water catchments that is providing safe drinking water to more than 50,000 people in the northwest region of Cameroon. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel. Please keep subscribing, keep sharing, and together we're going to create an amazing YouTube community that will inspire the whole of Africa. It doesn't matter where you come from. You are never too small or insignificant to contribute to the long-term sustainability of our planet. By doing very simple things to the best of your ability, you are improving our world. I am farmer, no future. Peace and blessings.